I need a cup, bro. Where's my cups from that I left here last week?
There ain't no cups, bro.
Bro, give me a fucking... what am I supposed to drink it out of the bottle? The bigger one.
Last one?
Yeah. Give me the big one.
Food roasted.
Nice.
Your wife said not the first time you drink out.
Yeah, well, the last time I drank tequila out of a bottle, somebody ended up in a fucking ambulance and going to the hospital. It was a bad time. So, and it wasn't me, by the way. Just want to clarify that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. Friday night at the bar. I'm definitely not an alcoholic. Thank you for joining us this week. We have some special unboxing.
Uncorking.
Uncorking, my bad. Sorry, we're sophisticated here. We don't unbox, we uncork.
Well, funny thing is, so people think box wine is unsophisticated in the United States. Most countries actually prefer
box wine
because it doesn't go bad. So
it doesn't go bad?
Yeah, no, not even close to.
Really?
Yeah, it stays for a lot longer.
Wait, wine goes bad?
And so the interesting is, so you got corks, right?
Right. Okay.
You've had real corks in some.
Yeah.
And you have rubberized corks in others. The rubberized cork seals better, and the wine will keep longer. Okay. And you don't have to do things like rotating the.
That's what they do.
Because you have to keep the cork wet. Once the cork dries out, then it starts to shit happens.
Okay.
And the thing with the box wine, there's none of that.
Right.
You have none of the problems.
Interesting.
So a lot of countries, like even France and stuff, they use the boxes.
See, I don't know anything about wine, if I'm being honest.
Neither do I.
All I know is there's red wine and white wine.
That's great, man. Red wine and white wine.
Yeah, so we're...
Whoa, dude, yelling into that thing. It's cracking.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Is that too soft now?
I think you just gotta maybe... there you go. Talk into the side of it, maybe?
I don't know.
How about that? Now go.
All right.
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'll do the same thing. That way we're not.
I need to buy a pair of headphones and leave them here instead of trying to fucking.
That'd be good.
Remember to bring them because I definitely don't remember to bring them. All right, so tell me about this because I don't really know anything about. I know that
that's it, dude. That's all I know about wine.
No, not wine. I don't give a shit about wine.
I'm out of information on wine.
I don't care about wine. I want to know about this.
Thanks for coming today.
The viewers want to know about this, Bryce.
See ya.
So tell us about what is this? This is Terramana.
Okay. This is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's tequila company.
So did he just see what Conor McGregor was doing and was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna join in?
That is absolutely the method now, right?
Right.
So this is Mexican tequila, small batch Mexican tequila.
So it's made out of agave.
Gluten-free.
Gluten-free?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That would make sense. I mean,
they
he's
all
a fitness guy.
They're all gluten-free. That's the funny thing. Most are. Distilled in handmade copper pot stills. Well, and there's all sorts of numberage on there, like to make it look fancy. But you know how I know it's not fancy? I bought it at Costco.
There you go.
I shouldn't say that. Costco has some good stuff.
I mean, Costco has Blue Label, so.
This thing says agave, 100% Blue Weber Highlands. And it says roasting in a brick oven.
Roasting in a brick oven? What?
I don't know. I don't know what they roast. I know nothing about tequila.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Stills,
all I know is
copper pot still.
Scott.
Yeah. Calories 96 per shot, and a shot is 1.5 ounces.
96.
People think it's 1 ounce. It's
1.5. Yeah, I knew that.
Zero carbs, zero sugar.
I knew that because we had a substance abuse brief today.
Oh yeah.
And they talked.
Nice.
And they talked about how much alcohol you should be drinking to stay in a low risk category.
I know that because I've had to take some classes, not online.
So.
Had to go to some meetings too.
1.5 ounces of alcohol or of hard, 5 ounces of wine, 12 ounces of beer.
Yeah.
Smart. I got a candy for that actually.
Jesus Christ. You know what they should have taught you about is sugar problems.
Yeah. Okay, let's test. So we're gonna test this straight first, right?
Yeah.
Just like a half shot straight.
Yeah, we don't want to get all.
Oh shit, that's strong.
We don't want to get all messed up today.
Oh.
It's cold too. It came out. It's been in the freezer for a few days.
Do you do the spinny thing like for wine?
It's not wine, dude.
Nah, my bad.
Yeah, you can. Ooh, yeah, that
I'm
smells.
tasting hints of drunk.
Brick ovens, copper pots, and Blue Weber Highlands.
Bro, this is pretty strong. Oh, we're not cheersing. You dick. You said y'all saw that first. Okay.
Cheers. It's pretty smooth. Tequila gets me though. I get the shivers. What do you think? Got them too. I have not had tequila in a long time, and probably gonna be a long time before I have any more. Ooh, I got goosebumps, dude.
Yep, me too.
Rough.
You know, for
You ladies want some? Producers, you need some tequila? Blanco.
For a podcast named Friday Night at the Bar, we sure are not very good at drinking.
No, let me have that cork. I'm gonna put it back in there. I'm gonna give this to somebody.
It's not bad.
I'm not.
But it didn't go down as nicely as some other tequilas I've had.
No. I mean, it's a $23 bottle of tequila.
Yeah.
That's why. It's not an $80 bottle of Patron or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than Cuervo because it's actually tequila. So I do know a little bit about tequila.
Okay.
It has to
You
be
went
made.
from knowing nothing to knowing.
Yeah. I forgot that. The shot, it brought my memory back. So tequila, it's only if it's made in Mexico, right? It could be called tequila, I believe.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And there's percentages that they have to meet of agave.
Right.
Here's the problem with Jose Cuervo. It's like 80% vodka. So when you buy a bottle of Cuervo, it's mostly vodka, and a lot of them are mostly vodka.
Interesting.
So they get away with using the tequila name because they, put a certain amount of whatever in it. But it's absolutely, you're basically drinking Smirnoff with some flavor. And that's why those aren't very good. Right. That's why those burn so much.
Yeah.
Because it's, and that's all I know about it. And I don't know what the percentage is. I'll look it up. Go ahead.
I'm not liking the taste that's leaving in my mouth.
Why, you have a taste in your mouth right now?
Yep.
It's kind of cleared out. Of course, my taste buds have been burned off.
Yeah.
So I have no idea.
I don't think your taste buds are very reliable right now.
No,
Bryce.
They're dead. They're dead. Did you see me eat that ghost pepper sauce earlier? It's hammer.
And I watched your video, and originally I told Kristen, we're just going to watch it for the view, right? Because, what kind of YouTube producer would I be if I didn't watch the videos to give myself views, right? Got to give myself views.
Yeah. That video was fire. There would be if I was any good at putting these videos together, there would be fire coming out of my mouth right there. But it's not going to happen, guys. Sorry. Just like last week's that I didn't post.
We're working on it. We're still in talks with that producer. A lot of things are changing for us here at the gym and for our what we envision our future to be. So I think those talks with the producer are going to be a little bit different now.
Oh,
but
jeez.
yeah. So. But it was just a good video.
Is he holding out for money? No, I'm saying.
Well, like everything we've talked about.
Yeah.
I feel like if we're asking for that much, then probably should give him some money. A little bit, I guess.
Once that 1.6 million per episode comes in, we'll pay him $20 a pop. $20 an hour, pops. There's a lot of reading to find out what the actual tequila thing is. I don't care that much, so.
Bryce doesn't care enough.
All in all, though, it's okay. I'm not hating it. For $23, if I were to compare it to other famous people's liqueurs,
sub tier.
Yeah,
because that
proper 12 is pretty damn good, especially at that price point.
Like Conor McGregor knocked proper 12 out of the park.
Yeah, did you see that bar? That's like a proper 12 bar. Dude, that place is fucking nice.
Conor McGregor figured out how to make a good fucking Irish whiskey.
Proper whiskey.
While drawing people's attention by using his name.
Yep.
and also keeping it at a fair price point.
I'm not gonna drink this because I don't have anything to put in it.
Yeah, I think if you don't have this, then you probably are shit out of luck, you know.
Yep. All right.
So
You know what we do have? We have that whiskey we
rum, huh?
drank the other day, the peanut butter whiskey,
oh yeah.
and I was gonna put that in some.
Need coffee for that.
No, you know what I was gonna do? I have half and half in the fridge.
Oh, there you go.
Just take half and half, some Hershey's chocolate syrup,
Ooh.
and then was that peanut butter? What was that?
It's peanut butter
Peanut butter whiskey.
Yeah.
And I was gonna put that peanut butter whiskey in with that, shake it up, make myself a nice.
Like a White Russian
What would that
kind
be
of
called?
thing.
Oh, Tommy's got me. Dog.
That's like kind of like a White Russian, right?
This is why she's a producer. Baby,
Oh.
say hi to the people. Take a look at them.
Show your guns off.
Isn't she beautiful?
Show the guns off. Show the guns.
All right, she's got me some Bundaberg. All right,
Bundaberg.
so that's our uncorking. I'm sorry if
Yeah.
you viewed this. You're like, that was horrible. You didn't even
It's
talk
all
about
right.
it. We don't know what we're talking about on
No,
booze.
I don't know anything about it.
We know if a guy is drunk or not. Well, you're mixing it now, so let's see
Yeah.
if it mixes well.
Well, I mean, I threw this together. I don't know.
It's just this little thing I threw together. Some Fresca, some Starbucks, Dragon Lemonade. That's probably delicious, actually.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's drinkable.
I drink it, but I'm allergic to it.
Yeah,
so
you're
there you
allergic
go.
to this, huh?
I got the Bundaberg though.
I love
I
Bundaberg.
love that stuff, man. It's on sale at Costco's.
Oh, really? Oh, I
It's,
didn't know Costco carried it.
Less than $1 a bottle.
No way.
Yeah, I think it's.
Dude, we should get back. We should make meals next episode.
I think it's under. I think it's $10 for 12.
Let's make
Jet.
some. Wait,
I'm-
10
I'm-
bucks for. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's under $1.
Yeah.
I'm
Look,
gonna
I'm
make.
not the
I'm gonna
greatest
make one
math
right
person.
now, dude. So that's.
You have
I'm not
vodka?
waiting until next. I'm gonna make a whiskey meal.
Oh, nice.
Whiskey,
We'll make some. I want to try and make a lily koi meal.
Okay. All right. Make it happen.
All right.
All right. So what we can talk about today?
So I had this idea because we've talked about it in our normal conversations, and a couple people have kind of experienced this firsthand in our gym, and I wanted to talk about
okay.
the average lifespan of a CrossFitter.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people, like, especially people that are a couple years into CrossFit, like, I think a lot of people get to this point where they've been doing CrossFit for a couple years, and then all of a sudden, like, they just start falling out of love with it.
Oh,
I don't know.
shoot
what
him,
that
bro.
said.
Just shoot him.
Oh. I don't have headphones, so I don't know.
Oh,
what
that's
he's playing
right.
on the
That's
soundboard.
right. I meant to hit the crow, but I missed.
Okay.
I pulled the Alec Baldwin instead.
No, but I think a lot of people, they feel like they're starting to fall out of love with
Sure.
with CrossFit and whatnot, and then they, I think it affects people's mentality.
View of it?
Yeah, mentality and perception of CrossFit, and then they tend to not come back. And I think there's some
It's a,
maybe
it's a
some-
burnout, right?
right,
It's a
and-
burnout.
but I think there may be some experience we might be able to share with the viewers, since we've both been doing this for a long time. And
I only show up because I have to, bro. You know what I'm saying?
right, and no, but
I'm with them, bro. I'm
yeah.
done after 2 weeks. No. I actually, that's probably the only reason I stuck with it so long is because I owned it.
'Cause you
Which
had to.
I'm glad I did, but
Interesting.
although the reason I owned it was because I was coming every day, so
Right.
for like 6 months.
Yeah, because I think, like for me personally, I know that I go through these cycles of really caring, really
Yeah, you're focused
focused on my training, focused on being the best physical specimen that I can be personally.
Oh, you're such a specimen.
Specimen, bro. You see my pull-ups today? Shit.
Fran today crushed it.
But
420.
no, that was your score.
Yours was close enough. 421.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we already know who's fitter, so we don't have to bring up that 1 second.
okay, Bryce. You're just lucky I didn't know I was that close.
Okay.
All right. No, but like.
Is that a glass
There's-
straw you got?
Yeah, because I hate.
Crackhead, bro.
Yeah, probably.
glass
but I hate
pipe.
these fucking.
Oh, yeah, the
tops.
cardboard.
Fucking annoying.
Oh, anyway.
But there's people in our gym that have gone through this cycle of CrossFit, and now they're finding themselves on the downward side.
Yep.
And they don't really know what to do.
with it. Yeah.
And I think there might be a lot of people out there
Sure.
that are kind of like that, and maybe we might be able to shed some light on the fact
Help
that
them out.
it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to go in a downward spiral.
Sure thing. Why does it happen?
It's a good question.
That's why I asked it.
Okay. Now you're just getting sassy.
It's the Terramana talking.
Yeah. You had a half a shot and you're getting
It's
sassy.
the mana.
I think.
Well, let me
I
ask.
think
I'll
for
ask you-
me, mostly it's injury.
You
Like
think
for-
injury does it, or they're getting injured? They're getting close to injury.
Yeah, I think
Beat up.
your body goes through these super intense workouts, and a lot of times people tend to push themselves farther than they really should, right? Because I think maybe it comes down to with your mentality going into it, right? If you're going into doing workouts with the mentality of longevity, right, of health versus fitness, right? Greg Glassman used to talk a lot about that. All right, am I allowed to mention Greg Glassman anymore?
Absolutely.
All right, cool.
He's writing a book.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, the like how he came up with CrossFit, or the
No way.
origins of CrossFit and the whole deal. So
Okay.
he's probably gonna blast
Yeah.
all the fucking nonsense, I'm sure too.
Well, Greg Glassman used to talk about the difference between health and fitness, right? Health is the perpetuation of fitness across time, right? And so a lot of people come in and do CrossFit for a little bit more short-term goal-oriented, and that tends to make you push a little bit harder than maybe you should.
Yep.
And then you end up in this place where things start to hurt, things start to break down.
Well, I think
And-
also you feel if you're not pushing to that, because it's high intensity, right? The
Right.
high intensity, you get all the gains, and you fall in love with the gains. You fall in love with the
Oh, of
intensity,
course, yeah.
the pain, the
okay.
suffering, and so then you're, as you have done it for a few years, you kind of lose that mentality of like, oh, I'm going to go to that dark place. You're like, your body's like, bro, you've been in that dark place. We don't
Been
really
there
like
quite
it
a few
there.
times,
Yeah, we don't really like it there, so we're not going to let you get there as easy. So you have to really be focused and pushing on it. And if you don't have like that, you don't have that steep upward, right?
Right, trend, yeah.
Then you end up not really having that focus to keep moving in that to push yourself that deep. You really need a bigger goal than health or fitness, because at that point it's not a health or fitness goal. Like, especially if you're in a couple of years. I mean, some people are in a couple of years, they never even get close to healthy. I mean,
Right.
they're like, they go through the motions, right? They never find that intensity, that crazy spot.
Okay.
But the people that do, that really fall in love with it, they're really in love with the sport and what that gives them. The competition, and whether it's competition with themselves or with somebody else, that's what they're craving, that feeling, that rush from like crushing yourself even.
Right.
And that's where they start getting, maybe doing that too much,
Gotcha.
which is kind of what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then the injuries creep. Or you just don't feel that good.
Right. I think that's what it mostly is for me, because
It's under recovery.
yeah.
And
you don't
balance. It's
right.
balance.
You don't have that balance, and I think that may come from maybe people not being exposed to know, like, that you should have that balance, right? Because I think us as coaches in the gym, we tend to fall into this rhythm of just trying to push people as hard as they possibly can go every single time they're in the gym, right? And we fall into that cycle as coaches, because
That's what creates the big gains.
well, not only that, but like it's hard for us to differentiate between, like, we can't keep track of all the members every day,
No.
because like we can't keep track, like, oh, you came in yesterday, you came in the day before that, you did this, you did that. We can't keep track of that in our heads. It's just not possible.
But and that's not even it. You can't keep track of the people that are here. Like, people come in, I'll be like, oh, it'll be a random day, like we'll say a strict press day, and I'll look at the person and say, what's your strict press? I know, just because I know that person, they're going to be
roughly,
they're going to be roughly. I'll be like, oh, is it like, yeah, 70 pounds? They're like, yeah, 72. I'm like, yeah, okay, so you're going to go probably put this weight on there. The problem that we can't see is the hidden stuff. It's what they do when they're not here. So you might, like right now, how many people from this gym right now are getting fucked up
Probably a decent amount.
Probably 98%. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, probably a good amount.
Yeah.
And then they show up tomorrow, and it's like,
and you're like, oh, push as hard as you can.
push as hard as you can.
And at WOD, that's gonna be fucking
tomorrow's
brutal.
gnarly, right?
Yeah.
And then they overextend themselves, and then what do they do tomorrow?
They
Or
get
even
fucked
that
up again.
tomorrow's a good example. It's McGee. It's a half an hour of heavy deadlifts, massive volume of box jumps and push-ups. It's one of the tonnage-wise is one of the biggest workouts that I can think of.
Yeah,
I can't think of many that are more brutal than McGee. Somebody's gonna come in tomorrow, and maybe they slept fine tonight. They're gonna crush that workout. Afterwards, they're gonna be like, "Man, that was brutal. I'm going to the beach.
I'm gonna reward myself.
I'm gonna
right?
go.
Like,
I'm gonna go suck down a 12-pack at the beach and get messed up, and then they don't recover Saturday night, and who knows what they do Sunday? Might be the same thing. Football, start eating like shit and drinking. They come in Monday. I'm thinking you had a rest day and a half going into Monday, and now you're coming into Monday to a pretty tough workout that I'm expecting you to push 100%. So if
and that's what they're paying for too, right? They're paying for us to push them hard.
And it's kind of, we just don't have we don't know what they're doing outside of here.
Yeah.
And you can't, there's only so much you could talk about in the 5
you don't have the
before
time.
The class.
You don't have the time to go through each person and be like, hey, what'd you do this weekend? What'd you do? What'd you eat? How did you sleep?
Social media helps with that a little bit. Like we see people, they're posting their drinks, and you're like, oh man, I thought this person was on a diet all week. They were crushing a diet, saying they were doing so good, and now they're tossing it, right? They're eating fucking noodles and five mules later, and you're like, ooh, you kind of just wasted most of your week.
Yeah. Or everything you did during the week.
And then they come in tomorrow, and it's like they're lagging, and you're like, huh, you should did a lot better on this workout. And they're disappointed because they know they should did better, but they didn't do better because they don't understand.
They don't have the and then oh shit.
Go look at it. Make sure it's still running.
1 second.
Did it move? You good?
But then I think they fall into that cycle, right? Because now you didn't perform the way you think you should on a WOD, so then you buckle down and you're like, you know what, fuck this, I'm gonna do well tomorrow, I'm gonna do well the day after that, and it's just a perpetual cycle. And that I know that I've fallen into that cycle before. I know I've fallen into other types of cycles, and
it's hard.
So I guess my question.
I mean, you're really talking about the thing that all fitness people hit. It's the plateau. Right. So when you're going up to the plateau, that's all you're thinking about because you're into it, right? And you're all of a sudden you're eating paleo, you're changing your diet, you're not drinking, you're skipping on the birthday cakes. You're like, no man, I'm fucking making these gains. But then the gains are always going to slow down, right? Especially once there's
a diminishing rate of return,
and especially we're talking 2 years in, your gains are few and far between. If you've depending on if you started and you were 100 pounds overweight and you couldn't lift an empty barbell, you probably have years of gains that you're going to make, which is awesome. But if you show up and you're like, 5 years out of college, you were an athlete, you're going to make huge gains in the first 6 months, and then you're going to slow down quickly because you have that base, right? So you have to kind of balance that, be realistic about progress.
So that's my question then is, right, like for the viewers that watch us and the people in our gym that go through that cycle, and those of them that are in the plateau right now, like is there a way of preventing getting to that plateau, or is there a way of maybe changing our mindset to once we hit that plateau, understanding that it's not wrong to be there, maybe like it's okay to be at that plateau?
I mean, you have to identify that you're there before you can get out of it, I think. I mean, you could wait, but the odds of you sticking it out, like I've had years where I was just going through the motions.
Right, of course.
Because I'm at the gym. Like it's hard to get pumped up going to the gym when you're at the gym all day. Yeah. And so you end up going through years of, you might do okay, but are you doing as, like, I always think, like, was I doing as well as I would have if I didn't have to be here all the time?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I would have did a lot better. You know what I mean? I would have, but then maybe not, because the times that I'm on fire because I'm here all the time. You know what I mean? And it's on top of my mind.
So
I'd
then
get
it's a mindset
distracted
thing, right?
if I wasn't here all the time. You
Right.
know?
So then it's a mindset thing, right? It's
attention.
What kind of mindset do you have coming into this?
Your mindset has to be,
And what kind of mindset can we
Yeah.
create or help promote for our membership?
you have to give that whole thing of whatever you give your attention to is what's going to bloom or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Grow. So you have to actually,
You reap what you sow, right?
you have to, like, you almost have to double down. Like,
So if you feel like you're hitting that plateau, you're saying at that point, it's kind of like you got to just fucking...
well, you got to ask yourself, what's your goal? Because, like, that's the thing. People come here, they're like, oh, I'm getting better. Okay, you're hitting your goals, and then it's like, I'm not getting better. Well, what is your goal? Just to get better? Because you can't, like we just did Fran.
Right.
At a certain point, it takes a lot to
Right.
shave 2 seconds off.
Right.
Like, I remember the last time I did, I shaved a minute and change off, a minute 14, I think. And I was like, fuck, that was awesome. And then I was like, shit,
Yeah.
that's the last time I'm ever going to make
That much of a...
even a 20-second. Like, that's it.
Right.
Like, you broke into that 3-minute zone.
That threshold.
Like, good luck. My solution, I haven't done Fran in 3 years.
And so now you're out of that 3-minute zone.
Yeah.
So now you can bust back into
bro,
it.
my next 1 minute PR.
Yeah.
But you have to you have to step back and say, why aren't you making gains, right?
Right.
Why am I on this plateau? It's your attention. And so what's going to get you back, your attention back to it? Maybe it's something as simple as watching, like, every time that the CrossFit movies come out for the games, dude, people come in here all amped up, right? Like, it's send your attention to that. Start watching videos on YouTube, right?
Right. By the way, CrossFit West Wall on YouTube. There's lots
like,
of CrossFit
subscribe,
stuff on there.
comment. And yeah, you need to double down on it, right? And also, like, redefine your goal, because that's probably the big thing is you didn't redefine your goal. Because your goal when you started, I want to get in shape, and then you do it and you're like, man, this is fun, I like doing this, and you never think about that anymore,
Right.
And you accidentally get into shape that way, right?
I think
And then you're in shape, and now you're like, you're
Right.
there, and so now it's like you got to redefine your goal, because now you've lost your focus and you lost your ambition.
I like the way that you state that, because that was kind of my my point, or my advice to people, as somebody that has gone through, again, like you said, you went through years of going through the motions. I've gone through months of not coming to the gym, or coming to the gym like once or twice a week, and then eating like shit, and then coming back and fucking pounding it and getting back into work. And I've gone through that cycle so many times. And so something that I realized on this last time that I came back, a month and a half ago, is that once I get to a certain point, I don't have that hunger anymore.
Yeah.
Because I hit what I like today.
You hit your goal.
So today, my pull-ups were some of the best pull-ups I've ever had in my life. I did.
Oh, great.
I did 21 unbroken, and then I did 10, 5, and then I did 9 unbroken in the last round. And I did that because coming back into working out, I took my time rebuilding my shoulders and getting myself to a point where I am able to do that. And so that's happened before.
Yeah.
But the difference is today I'm like, hey, all right, I can do that now. All right, so now, like, I want more now. I want to be able to do.
Yeah.
I want to be able to do Fran unbroken.
Well, even what did
period.
I say to you right after you finished? I said we need to run this back in a few months, because we haven't done Fran in so long. We forgot what it feels like to have to push through that and to make it work. And that's kind of the abstract thing of CrossFit, is we do so much stuff. And this is part of the reason the 12 wads, the 12 wads this year, I put 6 girls and notables, right? That means named wads that are not a girl or a hero. 6 of them. Why? Because those are the old ones.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that you and I have done so many
Hundreds of
times that,
yeah.
like Fran, it's been 3 years since I did Fran. The few times I've programmed it in the last 2 years, I skipped it because I'm like, fuck that. I hate Fran.
Because you're soft.
Yeah. I'm soft. Yeah, exactly. No, absolutely. And I lost that focus, right? Of fucking being like, no, I gotta attack that shit. Like it's not my strong point. Those short time domains, that's definitely not my strong point. And so I do avoid them because I don't like the way it feels, and I don't like trying to do those because what does it really do for me? Not much in my overall fitness. It really doesn't. I'm fitter every year without doing that shit. Right. And it hurts, like you said. But really, I should attack that one. I should be like, oh man, that's my fucking weakness, is that time domain. And if I just get a little bit better. So funny story. Oh, I think different. So I think this is where like bodybuilders, or for the most part, women have a little edge on guys, is they always have some other goal. Like I know Tommy's always got some visual, some body part goal that she's, thinking about. I don't really think about that stuff, and I don't really hear guys ever talking about that stuff, but women usually are.
I think maybe because guys tend to favor tangible.
The competition, the numbers.
Right. Well, they tend to favor tangible, finite things. Like, I want to hit a 225-pound snatch.
Right.
Tommy's goal may be like, I want my snatch to look good.
Yeah, she has both goals. Yeah. So, and it's like, so that's an extra set of motivation for her.
That keeps you in that mindset.
And that's why she comes in and does like all the extra stuff that most everybody else doesn't do. Right. And I'm like, I'm going to save it up and I'm going to crush the wad, and I want to do well at that because I know that's going to lead my overall fitness up, but my specific fitness, not so much. I'm not worried about specific fitness or specific spot stuff, and that's where like bodybuilding people that do like shows and
care about.
That's all they care about. They're like, I gotta get this tricep, I gotta get this
fucking muscle,
second head of the tricep, fucking 1/4 of an inch bigger because it's lagging on my right arm. So I'm gonna do 50 extra sets of tricep extensions, and it just gives them a reason to do the most boring fucking thing in the world. Yeah. Right. And so
that's an interesting point.
It's focus, right? It's focus. What's your focus? Right. So you kind of got to.
How do you?
And it's so arbitrary in CrossFit.
How do you redirect that? Right.
Well, the problem is like your goal, or you are competition oriented. The number, right? The good time, or the heavy weight. Mm-hmm. So the problem is, what are the benchmarks? There's so many fucking benchmarks in CrossFit. Every day, every gym is putting up a workout.
Right.
They don't even look at the old ones. And Glassman put those in there for a reason. They are still, and always will be, markers that if you improve those, it even says on that the little poster that we have that have the girls on it, if you improve your times on these, you will be fitter. That's what it says. If you do these and improve your times, you will be fitter. And there are workouts I've done that you could improve your time on. You ain't gonna be fitter. Like you just did it faster.
That's interesting. That's an interesting point, because I think a lot of programs out there nowadays seems like they get away from that. They get away from doing the benchmark workouts because in their mind, I'm building this program.
It's got to be mine. Yeah, it's got to be mine, and I know how to build it better than Greg Glassman. No, you don't.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm good for you thinking you can. One has
you may
yet.
be able to build a better program to get you better at those workouts,
but
those benchmarks.
You're never going to beat those benchmarks. I mean, not never. There's like I've made up some workouts that I was like, holy shit, that should be a benchmark.
Yeah.
Because it felt like that.
Yeah.
But nothing feels like those benchmarks. I mean,
feels
stuff
like
does, but when stuff feels like that, you're like, that should be a benchmark.
Yeah.
And most people aren't building tons of those. Glassman came up with that shit like fucking 10 years before him, and it's like they're so well made. Like,
and they've stood the test of time.
And he did it on purpose. They're hitting certain, the glycolytic pathways, and then switching metabolic conditioning, and then trying
aerobic versus aerobic, and then Time
so,
demands,
and
power
then
output.
all these programmers get away from them and they don't put them in because they want
it to be theirs.
because their ego.
Yeah.
Like I know Comp Train names every fucking workout, and it's like, dude, no offense, there's a lot of duds in there.
Yeah.
You know, I've made some good workouts that I'm like, man, that should be named, and I'll fucking star them. I don't name them, but I'm like, that's something I want to come back to. But it's few and far between. I've also thrown up some that I'm like, whoa, I fucked that up.
Yeah.
Just the other day, we did that stone sandbag workout, and after I saw the first class do it, I said, oh, I fucked up. I should have been a 5-minute remaining rep. You know, do however many sandbags you can with the remaining time of a 5-minute round, 4 rounds, and that workout would have been totally different, and it would have been better. Yeah. Okay. And it's like, and that's where Glassman didn't come up with 21-15-9 thrusters and pull-ups, saw somebody do it and said, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
He probably did something similar. You know, he did fucking 27-21-15-9. The person died of rhabdo.
Like, let's just cut out the first set.
They didn't fucking come back, and he's like, huh, okay. 27 took him 3.5 minutes. The rest of the workout took him 20 minutes because he died. Left his soul halfway through. So I think I'll get rid of the 27 round. And then all of a sudden, fucking Greg Amundsen cranked it out on video in fucking a minute and a half. So, which I was going to say, funny story. Not funny story, just coincidental that you're talking about goals.
Yeah.
We just did Fran, and I just said Greg Amundsen. So Greg used to do the CrossFit goal setting seminar.
Oh.
I happened to take it. And I was just telling Tommy this story last night. So in it, they give you a book and you have to fill in like, oh, what are your goals? And what do they mean? What does this mean? Why is this a goal? And then you had to give it to the guy next to you. My boy Mike Sabato, if you're out there, Mike, what's up? Mike Sabato, I met him that day and I had to trade notebooks with him. And one of my goals, they had a physical goal, they had all different levels, like a CrossFit goal, a life goal. My physical CrossFit goal was a sub 3-minute Fran.
Oh.
And it was, why is this significant? And the answer of why it would be significant is it would mean that my cardio is where I've worked my cardio a little bit, because that's never been my strongest suit with being asthmatic. And it means that my mobility of my fucking elbow, because I've been having trouble with this since I started CrossFit. So it would mean that was on point as well in order to get a 3-minute. I've never gotten a 3-minute Fran, right?
Right.
And that just sucks. But it's interesting that today we did Fran. You just happened to bring that up, and that is an absolute goal. And why don't I have a 3-minute Fran? Because I don't put that focus on it.
Yeah, because you're not.
Because I don't like it, because I have to do so much to get that.
Right.
I have to have I have to do sprints. I have to do practice thrusters.
Yeah.
Not necessarily do anything with pull-ups, just get my cardio into that short time domain better. But I have to do a lot with being able to do thrusters in high reps without tons of pain, right? So there's a lot of things there, and that goal isn't worth it to me right now, right? Gotcha. Even though the payoff of me hitting a sub 3 Fran would be fucking huge.
Right.
Like that
euphoria you would feel.
No, not that. The after, not the aftermath, but the result. The result effect, to hit that would mean I have a real shot at the games this year.
Right.
You know, like if I just did a sub 3 Fran, let's say 245, let's say 250, it would mean I'm pretty much at the height of my cardio that I've ever been, right? Short time domain, all that stuff. And that I'm real close to that games level, right? And this is, of course, Masters games level, which is now 10 people, so it makes it even harder. Now I need a 230 Fran. But it's very significant, because that was a goal, and that's been about 10 years. I don't know, something like that. 9 years.
Okay.
But yeah, that's one of the reasons the 12 wads this year I put old workouts on purpose. I put the girls on purpose because there's not enough attention brought to those. Everybody does the heroes, right? Everybody knows Murph. Every time there's a new hero, somebody's like, oh, let's do this. Like Chad. No offense, 1,000 step ups with a weight. It doesn't do anything for you.
In fact, it probably sets you back.
Yeah, sets you back for a couple weeks.
Yeah,
but it doesn't.
You're fucking.
You're not making any fitness gains with that workout. There's really nothing there unless you're going so fast that maybe you get cardio because it's extended cardio, but you could do that by.
Yeah, but the sheer number of the same movement pattern.
Right. Yeah.
But you're not benefiting yourself because at a certain point, that movement pattern begins to degrade your physical state,
right.
like your joints and your thing. Like
that's definitely a good argument, and that's the difference between hero wads and the girls. The girls were a different thing. The hero wads are there to be hard.
Right.
They're there to be hard and mental toughness. And
right.
Chad's
They're more
actually absolutely mental toughness.
Oh yeah.
But
you don't do Chad to get fitter. You do Chad because you're
tough
trying
and dumb.
Yeah. You do Chad because you're trying to prove that
Man
you
up.
have or you're trying to see. It's really you're trying to see.
Trying to stay hard.
Yeah.
A lot of soft motherfuckers out here that can't do 1,000 step ups with a 40-pound fucking dumbbell.
I wonder if Goggins ever done Chad.
Goggins probably does it in the morning when he wakes up. Fucking psycho.
After he runs his 10 miles.
The fucking guy probably does it with Chuck Norris on his back. What? Who's tougher, Goggins or Norris? You know what I'm saying? He's the new Chuck Norris.
Yeah,
he's the new Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris, bro.
So the girls are a different thing though, and that's why I put them in there because there's so many people have been doing CrossFit for 2-3 years, and you'll say to them, "What's your Fran time?" Right. Oh, I never did it. Like, dude, that shouldn't be an answer in any CrossFit gym
or
anywhere.
Oh, I don't know. I never recorded it.
I mean, that's something too. It like there needs to be more attention brought to that. It's a benchmark. Just like
there's a reason
you're not going to walk into any CrossFit gym and say, "Dude, what's your back squat?" And the guy's going to say, "Oh no, I don't record it." Or
I haven't done back squats.
I don't really try when I do back squat 1 rep maxes. Everybody knows their fucking CrossFit total. Or if you don't know your CrossFit total, like I get it. Your coach is making you follow some fucking strength program that he made up, and he wants it. He wants to prove how great he is, but you're missing the and I actually think this is one of the fundamental issues. Kahu has joined the show. Put that thing up to his nose so we can hear him.
Welcome to the show, Kahu. This is the dog. So
fucking
baby.
So I think that's one of the big weaknesses in the CrossFit business is that they don't have more attention on the benchmarks.
Okay.
You don't have like all these things are hero this, hero that, like games wad, open wads are benchmarks too. I mean that they are definitely. But a lot of gyms, they don't fucking redo benchmark. Right. They don't do open wads again. And I know why they don't, because they fucking hurt and they suck. Yeah. I hate to have to go up against myself, my old score of the 1 of 5 days a year that I'm on my fucking top game, which is the open. Like it's not gonna end well. I could do a open workout from 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Still not be able
and
to
fucking lose on a Tuesday.
That fucking that one that was 50 fucking
and why
50 40 30 whatever it was,
the snatches and box step jumps, burpee box steps.
The fucking
the redo this year.
That I got like the same time. And granted I did it in fucking uniform,
but if we did it on a Tuesday in here, you wouldn't even come fucking close.
No, probably not.
Why? It's your focus.
Okay.
It's your focus, and you're not there. You're not in that space. If you put it in the fucking open, and it's Friday Night Lights, I'm gonna beat my fucking score last time. I'm going.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So how do we maintain that focus over a long period of time, or is it okay to lose that focus and then regain it?
I mean, you have to take dips so that you don't burn out, right? You have to give your body, and ideally the programming
should reflect
should do
right?
that. Although everybody's in a
But that's
different-
that's
it's
impossible
hard.
to do
'Cause everybody's
on
in a
a
different
gym
spot.
level because you're programming for the
For
average, right?
And you have people of all different, like 6
Paths,
months in,
yeah.
year in, 2 months in, and if I were to go to a CrossFit gym and they're in a strength cycle as a whole, you can't run that as affiliate programming.
Yeah.
You can't, because okay, we're not doing a lot of cardio, we're doing a lot of strength work. I came in to lose weight and I'm fucking gaining weight.
Right.
There's a problem here.
Right.
I'm leaving the gym. So you can't do that. You have to give them what CrossFit offers, number one, and that is metabolic conditioning, cardio, and some sort of feeling of fitness. And you do not get a feeling of fitness when you come in and you do a bunch of strength work and very little metconning. It just doesn't work.
Right.
And that's why people leave it. When gyms do that, and most gyms that do that are bigger gyms that are, the competitive gyms can do that because people they're servicing a different clientele.
Right. The demographics is
and
different.
in general, CrossFit gyms are not that gym.
And that's a big point that I think not a lot of people know about, especially like somebody that might happen upon our video, right? A random person,
John Rando.
A random person's, just searching through YouTube, watching CrossFit videos. A lot of CrossFit videos on YouTube show that competitive side, show that competition, show that top echelon of CrossFit. And what that does is it gives a skewed picture of what CrossFit actually is.
Absolutely.
Because that's not CrossFit.
Well, this is Glassman's issue with the sport of fitness.
Right.
And
CrossFit.
An actual CrossFit, because CrossFit is not the sport of fitness. And what he made was he did not want it to be a sport of fitness. He used the sport of fitness to prove that he came up with something,
that the methodology works,
that will beat anybody's anything.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe him, come prove him wrong. And that's what he was waiting for. And no one did. So that's why, like, after 10 years, he was like, yeah, we need to calm down on the sport thing because we're losing sight of the health and the fitness aspect. And it absolutely does. Like, it always bothers me that we do toes to bar all the time. We never do knees to elbow. And it's a fine example of where the sport took over the functionality, the fitness of and that's just one movement, right? And that's happened in a lot of different things. I just had this conversation with one of the members. He was like, dude, what's the point of what's the functional point of a handstand push-up? I'm like, that there really isn't any. Besides doing a handstand push-up, it's a sport movement. You don't ever have to do that. There's no reason to ever do a handstand push-up. Push-up, absolutely.
Well, I mean, a handstand push-up could be used as just a variation of a pushing movement, just for training variation, right? But it's been glorified in CrossFit to the point where it becomes programmed as a major
movement, and because it's in the open, because the open is a sport. The open is a sport. You can't get them confused with the fitness aspect,
right?
And a lot of gyms do that. It's interesting though, since we've been doing the CrossFit affiliate programming. So basically, CrossFit. We've been following CrossFit.com for three months now,
which I'm thoroughly enjoying, by the way.
Yeah, me too. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Certain movements don't show up. Toes to the bar don't show up, hardly ever. Wall ball don't show up much, which is really
interesting. Yeah,
I find very odd. That should be to me. That is a fucking staple in fitness. Like, there's very few things that are as effective.
Squat and throw and try to breathe.
And exactly. And try to hit a target. Like there's so much strength, there going on. I think
the 10 fundamentals of fitness,
I think the wall ball needs an evolution as far as let's change the target, let's change the weights. We're always using the same weights at the same target. Let's change the fucking target.
You think like maybe a smaller or higher target, or like the actual size of a target, or
anything? Fuck, throw a 20 to a 9. Guess what? Gonna change your fucking squat speed up. It's gonna change your cycle rate. You do a lighter ball to a higher target. You do the same ball to a higher. It doesn't matter. Just change it. I got you. Why are we stuck into a 20-pound wall ball at 10 feet? I know it's because we have a 20-pound wall ball. Okay, fine. You're stuck with certain weights. Let's throw them at something else.
Okay.
Let's do wall balls 3 feet away from the wall.
Ooh, I like that. Because that changes. Because now
It's fucking accuracy. The 10 fundamentals of CrossFit fitness. Accuracy is one of them. That's huge. That's 10%, right? And we dial in that accuracy. Now, you've seen me do wall balls. I do them with the ball at my forehead. I can't see the target, and I hit the fucking target because it's that easy. Once you've figured it out, you don't need to see the target. It's muscle memory, right? That should be changed. You should change it. You should. And in fact, for now on, I'm gonna fucking hit something else.
Well, maybe we should do a case study, right? This could be part of our channel. We'll do a case study, and we'll
and shit like that changes your focus, right? Because now the goalpost has been moved.
Okay.
Let's do Let's do Karen,
but at a 9-foot target.
but fucking 3 feet away from the target.
Ooh. That one would be hard.
And so
then
now,
you have to, not only do you have to throw it up, but you got to throw it hard enough forward
so it comes back
for it to bounce back to you.
Game changer, right? So you could change shit like that. I think of Ben Smith back in the day. There was a wall ball muscle up workout. He did it in his backyard against a tree, and he had the rings in a tree.
In the tree
and
on
it was
a branch.
it was like a fucking slingshot when he did those muscle ups, and the ball hit the fucking branch at the 10-foot mark and came down right to him with is completely different than what we were doing. Sam Briggs does it too. She uses a more traditional medicine ball instead of like a what are those things called? The Dynamax? What are those balls called?
I don't know. Slam balls.
Those guys? No, the regular medicine balls.
Oh,
is it Dynamax? Yeah. So Dynamax ball is big, soft. She used a traditional medicine ball, the rubber 20-pounder or whatever it was, 14-pounder. She the target she had was the uprights of the gym, the beam, the beam going up the wall, and it was slanted in because it's to hold the support the roof. So she was hitting it here. So the top of the ball is hitting it. Completely changes the how far she's actually throwing it. It's also a bouncier ball. That fucking thing came back with force. She did 150 in a row, did whatever else was in the workout. It was double unders and probably muscle ups. Comes back, does 150 in a row. Dude, she fucking crushed everyone in the world by tons because she had a slight advantage of that angle and the ball, but it fit the rules, right?
She was still within the parameters.
She was within the parameters, and it's like, dude, you don't have to throw a fucking Dynamax stuffed animal to do a 20-pound wall ball. You could throw a fucking basketball filled with sand. You could throw a Atlas stone.
Don't recommend that.
Don't do it. Don't fucking do it. Never mind. You can't do that.
Unless you have a really good dentist.
Unless you duct tape the shit out of it. No, I mean one of the soft ones.
Oh, I thought you
oh, Jesus, no.
Stone,
but yeah, you could. You could. That'd be insane.
But the odds of you needing to go to the dentist after are pretty fucking good.
Hospital, bro. Steel toe boots. Do it.
There you go.
But you just slightly change those stuff up, and I think we're too uniform in what we do.
So you think within our movement cache, like our cache of movements as a CrossFit, we've kind of plateaued in.
You get complacent, and then that complacency breeds complacency.
So it's
complacency is complacent.
So what you're saying is we've lost that first line of the definition of CrossFit, right? Or definition of fitness.
At a point, and that's what you're kind of talking about. You're 2 years in, you figured it all out. Like I've plenty of classes. Like I was just saying this to Tommy, like, and I said to you yesterday that like I'll be coaching a class and people they don't fucking even listen because they've heard it. And they don't do it. They don't fucking do it. That's for sure. But they've heard it. They've heard what I'm going to say. They or not even they maybe not even heard it, but they have a preconceived notion that they know how to do a wall ball.
Right, because they've done the same thing for 2 years straight.
They're like, yeah, I got my wall ball.
So that constantly varied. Even though we're varying the movements on a day-to-day basis, now we've done that same movement so many times
that you think you know how to do it.
The variation is no longer there because we're doing the same thing.
And this is a conversation I had with...
Damn, Bryce, how many motherfuckers are out there in the CrossFit community thinking about this?
I don't know. Yesterday...
I can't imagine there's many.
The other day we had the rope climbs, and I had this conversation with Rick and Tommy. There's 10 rope climbs. 10 rope climbs is a fucking lot.
That's a lot
It's
of rope
enough to
climbs.
get most everybody, unless you're like the fittest of the fit, right?
Yeah.
James McLaughlin, if you're out there, bro.
Yeah,
Your fucking
Also,
Brem time, bro.
Can you show me? Can you send me the video? Because
What
not
the
because
fuck?
I don't believe you.
No,
but
we just want
like,
to see greatness. I believe
just
him 100%.
I just want to see, dude. Like that's insane.
He did 10 rope climbs.
Fucking 5-minute Brem. Like, come on, bro.
He did
like,
10 rope climbs in a
Share
minute.
that with the world, bro.
Yeah, he did. It's probably on his Instagram. It's 2018. He did it. 10 rope climbs in a minute 15 seconds, which is fucking insane.
Yeah.
JT and I are pretty damn good at rope climbs. It took us just over 2 minutes. Granted, we could have shaved a little off, but we knew we had to do something else. But so did James. That means James could have shaved a little off.
Probably, yeah.
So that's 7 seconds of rope climb. It's fucking unreal.
Crazy.
And he's short. His last name's McLaughlin, so he's a fucking leprechaun. Right?
7 seconds of rope climb.
7 seconds of rope climb. 10 rope climbs.
There's no rest. He can't.
There's
stop.
no rest, and
Your
there's
feet touch the
no
ground, and you're right back up.
there's no degradation of anything. So after thinking about that, I was like, man, there has to be a little thing in the rope climb that we could change to pick up that little tiny bit more of efficiency. And I just said this to her.
Or just change the stimulus, right?
No. There's something in the technique. So there's something
for
in
you
all
to get to that point.
there's
is
something
what
in
you're
all
saying.
techniques that you can tweak that's gonna give you. There's a secret technique to everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the and it's not necessarily a secret that somebody's keeping from you. It's
Like
something.
not moving your feet in snatches.
It's something. No, definitely not that. There's something somewhere that, just watch Rich Froning. He's probably doing it. And he doesn't know he's doing it, and he's not going to tell you he's doing it because he does it because that's what he does. And to do those rope climbs, there has to be something there. And I was like, how do you figure that stuff out? And I've said this, I give this to a few members that ask me, like, oh, how do I get better at this? Do 1,000 of them. So if you think about it, like if we just said, fuck it, let's do 100 rope climbs, you will figure out a way to make a rope climb easier at some point in that, okay? And you will feel something different. And do it with no music so that you can focus and feel your body, right?
Yeah.
And that exists. That's absolutely there. I was just saying that to Rick too. Like you see the people that, and I'll do it too in like demo. I'll like dead hang and then do like a real big kip.
Yeah.
And I do that when I'm tired. So why don't I do that when I'm fresh? Because that might be the move. Get a big swing up because all I'm using is my hands. I don't know.
Well, so
These are just things I think of.
So that just like to me that just it goes back to the mastery, right? Like
Yeah, it's mastery.
who Malcolm, I just looked it up.
Malcolm X. Yeah.
No, not Malcolm. Malcolm Gladwell is the person that coined the, it takes 10,000 hours to master something, right?
Yeah, that's like a fucking Confucian saying, but yeah.
Yeah. So
do not be afraid of the man that practices 100 kicks
right
1,000 times. Be afraid of the man that practices one kick 10,000 times.
And I think that's important.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's like I'm not saying I'm like super great at fucking double unders, but that's how I got to the point of where I'm at in double unders. It's because I fucking sucked balls during that one open workout in like 2012 or whatever.
Oh yeah.
When it was double unders and snatches. Yeah. I sucked so bad. And I was like, you know what? I don't ever want to fucking feel like that again. So the next year until the next open, I did like 300 double unders, or like somewhere between 300 and 500 double unders 3 times a week at the very least.
Yeah, very similar. A few years back, the one that Alakai came here.
Oh yeah.
It was going into the open. I even said this to Sabas. I said, this year there's going to be a huge number of double unders. So I'm doing hundreds of them in my warm up every day. I'm doing at least 200 to 300.
I remember that, yeah.
And I did 3 workouts that had over 500 to 800 double unders. And when that workout came up, this 800 doubles, if you can finish the workout.
Yeah.
Everybody in CrossFit was freaking out, like, because I would watch all the videos,
right,
like Randy,
the
not Randy, what the fuck's his name? From
I don't know.
Outlaw Programming. That guy, he was one of the most popular. And then the guy from Thrivistry, I still watch him to this day. He's the best. Jeremy, I think his name is. They all said, or the other guy, he goes, who the fuck programs 800 double unders in a WOD? He's like, the most I ever programmed was 500. He's like, who would do that? And
You're sitting over here like, I did.
And then Jeremy was it was interesting because he's like, who programs over 800? Oh, that's right, I did it last week. And I was laughing. I'm like, me too, motherfucker. I did it twice in the 3 weeks leading up to the Open. I did over 800 double unders.
I remember that.
And when that workout came up, I was like, fuck, boom, got it. I fucking annihilated that workout. I almost finished that, and that's pretty good for somebody like me. That's not that fit.
Your age.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, that was my overall best workout ever. I think I was 114th place. Wow. I was something like 21 reps from first place in the world, and in my age.
Still.
And I did it the second time, and I was like, okay, 21 reps. The problem was 21 reps. 7 of them were muscle ups.
Oh.
And I was like, I need at least a minute, because the next movement's double unders.
Right, and you just crank.
So it's 7 muscle ups and then 10 seconds, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I need a minute. And at the halfway point, I was a minute ahead of my time at least.
I think I was judging you because I think I remember this. Because I remember telling you, like, hey, man, you're
on.
there. Like, you're on that page.
And then at 12 minutes, the fucking wheels fell off the bus. The bus crashed into a tree. It killed 14 people. And I ended up, like, 20 reps shy of my first. Because I quit at that point. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like, why? Because I fucking practiced double unders and they came up and it was just effortless. Yeah. And that's what I tell people. Like, people say,
people always are like, how do I get better at snatching? How do I do this? How do I
snatch more?
Dude, you got to fucking do it.
Well, there's that who the fuck knows who put it up? It's probably T Nation or something. Having problems with your squat more. Can't get your squat number up, squat more. Your knees hurt, squat more. Your hips hurt, squat more. Your back hurt, squat more. You hurt from squatting, squat more. It's true.
Yeah. But yeah, that last one.
CT Fletcher.
Good. Yeah.
You fucking got to be obsessed.
I command you to grow.
You want a fucking 22-inch biceps? You do bicep curls every fucking day. Yeah. What's your goal? What's your focus? Focus on what you need. Okay. But you have to set those. And I think that's the thing. You have to go back. That's why there's a goal setting course, right? You have to go back to resetting your goals. Okay. You have to realize you are in a plateau first. These are 12 steps.
Yeah. The first step is acceptance.
What happens if there's so many things you have to get better at? How do you?
All right. What happens if there's so many things?
Okay, so that's a good.
Seriously.
No, that's a good point.
You get really frustrated and overwhelmed when you first start CrossFit.
Right.
Again, there's the problem. There's so many things you have to get good at. You can't look at it by movement movement.
I don't know if the viewers are able to hear from over there just because our mics are tuned differently now. But she's basically asking, like, how does somebody that's new to CrossFit that has a lot of things that they need to work on, how do they choose what to work on, or like how do they get better? Because sometimes, like she said, a lot of people can get overwhelmed with how many things
there's
they
so
have to
many
get
things in CrossFit.
Yeah,
and that's the problem. There's so many things. There's so many squirrels running around. There's so many workouts that, like, oh, I want to beat so and so at this. I want to be someone. You need to realize what's real.
You got to change your mindset of, okay, you can't focus on the fact that there's so many things that you need to get better on. Choose one. Get better at that,
and there's
and
this.
then move on to another one.
This is where, like, you can't do it from a affiliate standpoint because, again, everybody's at different levels, and you have to be hitting all the levels. You have to be hitting all the wings of the fucking whatever, all the feathers of the wing, right?
You have to program for the average. You can't be specific.
You have to be hitting upper body, lower body, long, short, medium, all of it. All of it needs to come together in some sort of fucking amalgamation, a stew, if you will. But if you have a bunch of, when you start, you have a bunch of stuff. You start with that fucking pyramid on the wall.
Right.
Where's your nutrition at? Okay, now we can think about metabolic conditioning. Until you are fit, meaning metabolically, you're obviously your nutrition would be first, but you can go. Let's say that you can go.
Yeah.
Right. With simple movements, it would be like
Cindy.
And this is what I say. I actually was thinking about this one day. The girls, they're in alphabetical order.
For a reason.
No, I don't know if there's a reason, and I don't know. There should be a logical progression of them.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree with that.
To focus on them. So, like A is
like kind of like an on-ramp.
No, like what she's saying. There's so much to focus on. Okay, let's start with A. What's Angie? Angie is right? It's Angie?
Yeah.
Angie is the base of almost every single named CrossFit workout that comes after it.
Yeah.
What is it? It is body weight movement.
Yeah.
It is your ability to go with your own body weight, no external weight added. Start there. So you're looking at, are your push-ups? There's plenty of people I know that have been doing fucking CrossFit for 8 years and they can't do a fucking push-up properly for a set. Like McGee is going to be a disaster tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Because people can't do fucking push-ups. They do the thing where they're...
The hips go
first. This is their legs and this is their upper body. This is not a push-up.
You're not wrong.
This is a push-up. Okay?
Wait, do that again? No, this one.
Hey.
There you go. That's what I was getting at.
Hey. Lower your fucking voice when you talk to me. Start with Angie. Okay? And I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if Glassman
meant to do that.
Planned this way, but the way and I think he probably his goal was to go through the alphabet, and it would have been fucking brilliant.
Yeah. It
would have been brilliant because a movement is a word. Right?
Okay.
A set is a sentence. The entire wad is a paragraph, right? Or whatever.
Okay.
And then
so you're equating it to phonics.
Yeah. Phonics, yeah. No, but this is...
Learn CrossFit phonics style, ladies and gentlemen.
So this is how all martial arts equate themselves.
Okay.
A kick kick is a word. Each kick is a word, right? And then kata, that's what it is. A technique, or not a technique, a movement, so a strike or a kick is a word. A technique, meaning like, okay, you throw a right cross, an inward block, it give you an elbow to the ribs and then punch you as I'm moving out. That's a sentence.
Okay.
Right? And then kata, you know what kata is. Right. That's where we go for about, usually they're like a minute and a half to 6 minutes long, something like that. That's a fucking entire paragraph or story.
Okay.
Right? CrossFit is the same thing. If you look at it, each movement in the workout is a word, right?
Yeah.
Each set of movements is a sentence. The entire workout is a paragraph or a fucking story of a book, a page, whatever it might be. But you have to look at it like that. So if you started with Angie, okay, can you finish Angie? It is a benchmark for a reason in a proper amount of time. If not, okay, why not?
And how do you improve that?
So you improve that, and which is funny because what's first is nutrition, obviously. So metabolic conditioning is second. That's gonna be your time. Did you have the stamina? We can all, or most people could do a push-up, a squat,
right,
a sit-up, pull-ups here or there. That's a little harder. That's probably gonna be a scaled thing. What's the next thing on the fucking pyramid? Gymnastics. What's a pull-up? I know the other ones are considered gymnastics. They're not. They're calisthenics. I mean, they're not. They're basic body movement. But gymnastics, okay? You need to focus on gymnastics now. You need to get a pull-up, right? And there's not much gymnastics we do. There's not. Pull-ups, handstand work, muscle-ups. You toes to bar, and there's not much. So then you get into weightlifting. And if you look at the named WODs again,
Grace,
Angie, what's B? Barbara. Barbara is a version of Angie. Cindy is a version of Angie. A, B, C, D. Diane is when we bring in weights. So we've moving up the pyramid.
You had three workouts. You had 3 workouts to work on your metabolic conditioning and gymnastics.
And now we've moved up to Diane.
A very simple barbell movement at that. Like
the deadlift.
The most simple.
The most simple and the most.
We need to talk to Greg Glassman because I want.
You just unlocked.
Yeah, I want to know if he
Yeah.
fucking
No, I know.
meant to
This
do
is-
that. You know?
No, I
wanna
do
know.
too. I know.
I want to know if he actually meant.
I could have
for it
asked
to
him
be-
that day I was at his
Yeah,
house, and I fucking blew it because I was
I
just
wanna
like,
know
oh
if
my
he,
God. I'm
meant for it to be
dude, so funny.
a fucking
so
step by step fucking.
and we'll get
guide.
into this in another day. I've been fucking booted from Instagram, so I
Yeah.
got angry at Meta, the new Facebook name, and I fucking deleted everything on anything personal on my
Yeah.
fucking Facebook. I removed my tag from every single picture ever put,
So
which
you
is
don't have any
1,000.
pictures of that then.
No, so I downloaded the ones of me and Paul at Glassman's house. It's me and Paul doing selfies at Glassman's house, which was hilarious. That's what I thought about when I was at Glassman's house. Instead of asking him the best question that anybody could probably ask him, dude, when you did the fucking girls, was there a logic to it?
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, right, so now we're at Diane, it's higher skilled, what's Diane? Hands and push-ups.
and deadlifts.
Higher skill gymnastics, because you've already got the low skill ones, A, B, C.
And now you're adding in the weight.
And you're adding in
But a very simple one.
the easiest weightlifting movement there is. Not at an easy weight, but it's
Yeah, but it's scalable. Everything's
it's the
scalable,
most
right?
functional thing that every single human on earth
Should be able to do.
has done.
True.
You pick up a pencil, it's a fucking deadlift.
Yeah.
So D, what's E? I don't even know
Elizabeth.
what's Elizabeth. Dips and
Dips and
cleans.
cleans, yeah.
You've taken
Another-
you've taken
yeah.
the deadlift and you've upped it a game. You add explosive.
went the other way
You
with the
added
gymnastics.
speed and power to Diane, and just a different gymnastic movement, which will help all of your other gymnastic movements.
Right.
And there's plenty of people in CrossFit that can't do fucking dips. Go look at your Elizabeth. There's your problem.
And then you move into F, and F is the ultimate one.
F is
right?
the motherfucker, the worst
F
four-letter
is-
word in the English language.
And it's not fuck, ladies and gentlemen.
It is Fran. And Fran, that sounds like a bitch. If you want that t-shirt, go
Check
to
out
CrossFitWestOahu.com. We got that t-shirt for you. It went live last night.
Yeah, because then Fran is a combination of those three, right? The Fran is, how good is your fucking metabolic condition?
Yeah.
Can you hold on to that bar in your pull-ups?
Yeah.
And do you have the weightlifting capacity to move that barbell up and down?
And you have added the ridiculous high intensity
Yeah.
where you are just blasting yourself
man.
with a full body movement, right? So you've upped the game and all of the, like you're now you're testing the upper limits of your metabolic conditioning.
Right.
And that's what we found today. We're not conditioned
neither
for
of us
that
are.
sub 4 minute workout of high intensity.
Right.
Yeah. And then even just to keep going a little bit, we'll end this soon. But Elizabeth,
Grace.
CEF, go G. I'm sorry,
Grace.
Grace. So then you get into the two. So now we've
Grace is-
separated ourselves from the bottom of the pyramid because we've created intensity.
Right.
Now we're gonna test strength. Grace and Isabel.
Pure strength.
A B C D F G H. What's H?
Helen.
So let's just take and then Isabel. Let's take Grace and Isabel. It's how well
Can you move weight?
can you move weight? So it's weightlifting with intensity, right?
Right.
So this is like the ultimate of weightlifting to me.
Oh yeah.
And then what's Helen?
Helen is
It's a fucking-
running overhead squats.
Yeah. So Helen's just a
Oh no, it's a kettlebell.
kettlebell
Yeah,
swings.
kettlebell swings and
Pull-ups.
pull-ups. That's right.
So
Nancy
Helen's
does
just a
that.
kind of a, how fit are you? I mean, that's all that is. There's nothing real hard there.
Well, Helen is just a bridge, right? Like
Yeah.
if we're
it's a
we're
break.
thinking
It's a
of
break
this-
in the.
Yeah.
If
If we're thinking
wait,
of
wait,
this,
wait, wait.
Call it condition of running.
No. So
Well,
it's
it introduces a monostructural movement, right?
yeah, but what it is also, well, she was asking, it's so overwhelming the amount of shit in CrossFit.
Oh, it brings it back down a little bit.
It gives you a season.
Yeah.
If you said this season I'm going to focus on this, Angie. This season I'm going to focus on this. All right, we're crushing Grace. We need a break from the heavy weight.
Right.
We're going to go to a monostructural run, pull-ups because we don't want to lose them, and kettlebell swings just because we need
just
to
a-
toss some weights around.
It's the volume, right? It's the
Yeah.
the power output.
And it's explosive hip, right? It's power output, exactly. So it kind of gives
Dude,
you.
you know what? I think
and that's what, like, you're asking me. You need to pick, like he said. You need to choose
Right.
what you're going to work on at that moment. You need a season that you're going to work on that. You're going to improve that, and then you're going to switch focus because you cannot improve your pull-ups and muscle-ups and your back squat at the same time.
No, you You can't.
You can. It's just going to be such
takes so
tiny
long.
fucking increments.
Yeah, it takes so long.
Yeah, you can't get stronger and get faster. You will be much better off. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And that's the problem with the affiliate model is that you can't ever do that. You can't. And that's what we were saying.
So in summary, to answer your question specifically, Tommy, for those of the people that feel overwhelmed with the sheer number of things that you have to be better at or that you need to improve, try to focus on one thing. Focus on one movement or one workout.
One modality.
Right. Or one modality.
Pick a fucking modality.
Like choose something to work on.
Pick a fucking part of the pyramid, man.
Yeah. Choose something to work on, and then
absolutely.
And then once you've improved that area, and once you've kind of started to plateau, then we focus on. And
here's the
else.
thing: you're not abandoning the other aspects.
No, because
you need to keep. Okay, you should.
But that's the constantly varied part.
No, absolutely. Right? But you shouldn't be like, okay, I'm going to focus on my gymnastics. That doesn't mean stop back squatting, and that's what a lot of us do.
Right.
We abandon the back.
That's the constantly varied.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
That's where the constantly varied comes into play.
And that's the thing about CrossFit is like you're still getting it.
Yeah.
You're not going to fall back that much, and that's why we go back to a back squat cycle when we haven't back squatted.
You guys
for months.
hear me all the time while I'm coaching.
You get back quick.
Like you guys hear me all the time when I'm coaching. I say it all the time that hey, like if you want to get better at this movement.
Yeah.
Like people double unders. I usually say it when it's double unders or pull ups or something like that. I always say like, hey, if you want to get better at this movement, you got to put in a little bit more time. You got to get here 15 minutes early or stay 15 minutes late.
That's what I said about rope climbing 2 days ago.
Go on the side and do some work on it because the amount of times that we do it throughout our programming is not enough.
It's too much shit.
It's not enough to improve that particular movement.
And especially now with the CrossFit programming, because I don't think they not necessarily focus on. They definitely focus on like, hey, we're falling into a strength cycle now. Yeah. We're falling, you're gonna see a little higher volume, a little less weight. Or you're gonna see a little lower volume, but you're gonna see more weight, more heavy days. They do that, but I don't think they do like, okay, we're gonna get everybody a little bit better on rope climbs. This week we're doing one fucking rope climb
workout
each round, and we're gonna spend 20 minutes before class to fucking work your rope climb, and then next week we're going to bump it up to 3, and then the next week, and I would do that.
You have done
often,
You have done that when you were programming,
and I do that a lot with a lot of movements. Right, like my favorite thing was the what did I come up with? X17.
X17 program.
Meaning do whatever for 17 minutes, however many reps. Fill in your X every minute on the minute for 17 minutes.
Yeah, EMOM for 17 minutes.
Because that's what the clock does that we own. It's the Fight Gone Bad timer, and it's a fucking time frame that no one does. No one wants to sit there and do an EMOM of toes to bar for fucking 10 on the minute every minute. Yeah. It's fucking brutal. But if you do it, and then the next week you do it again, or 2 weeks later, whatever it is, you're going to get fucking better because of volume.
Right.
Yeah, it's volume. And volume is what makes you better.
10,000 hours of mastery.
Volume makes you better. Weight makes you stronger. And that's when people ask how you get better at it, do more. Do more faster.
So in summary, ladies and gentlemen, the original question that I posed was, how do we avoid going through cycles in CrossFit of losing
redefine your goals. Redefine your goals.
Or is it okay to do that? And I think we've established.
No, you're going to do that. So accept that your acceptance. Oh shit, we're back. First step is acceptance. Accept that you are going to hit a plateau.
Right. So I think what we've established is that everybody is going to hit a plateau no matter what.
Yeah.
You're going to hit a plateau, and if you go into it expecting that, then you can set yourself up for success, and you can set yourself up to realize that you need to define a goal, right? And then once you hit that goal, a plateau is going to appear. And then once that happens, you have to redefine. You have to take a step back and move in a different direction and focus on a new goal. And that's how you conquer the mountain, right? That's how you hit that plateau, and then you choose another path to get higher up. And I think that's really important. That kind of opened my eyes a little bit, right? That I did it wrong for a long time.
Me too.
Of, you know, I thought it was okay.
Don't fucking go through the motions. That's
I thought it was okay. You know, like, oh, I've been doing this for fucking 12 years now.
It takes you so long to identify it. Yeah, you're like, oh, this is where I'm at.
Yeah, like I've been doing this for 12 years. Like I can take a couple weeks off and I'll be all right.
The thing that made you make those big gains in the beginning is because you were doing something different and you were pushing the envelope. You stop pushing the envelope because pushing the envelope fucking sucks after a while.
The ultimate goal
you need to go back to pushing the envelope.
Right. The ultimate goal in the end is improved lifespan.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's I've said before, that's my goal and the whole thing is
the end goal is improve quality of life.
I might not win the CrossFit games, but I'm going to win
life.
The fucking time that I do this.
So
when I'm 90 years old, I'm smoking any fucking 90-year-old that's ever lived.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Because you know what? That's the fucking end game. The end game is the end, dog.
Right.
The end game is the end.
And in addition to that, I think we may have uncovered some secrets of the CrossFit methodology.
Yeah, no, I question it. No, it's not accident. I thought of this a few years back. I was like, like these motherfuckers are in alphabetical order, and he ends at like M or N, or I can't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, but if you think about it, and so my thing was like, dude, can you fucking put those in order? Is that the perfect? Like, if you made the perfect
progression, right?
Yeah. And
we need to test.
And that's where like the whole thing of what I was saying about affiliates, like that we lost that. They've definitely lost that, especially now that Glassman's out of the fucking limelight. Like nothing is given. Right. Dude, the motherfucker is a revolutionary in the fitness world. He changed fitness more than any.
Was he a douchebag in his sleeves? Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
He was.
Who fucking cares?
And he deserves what he got, but that doesn't.
No, he does. Yeah, his $100 and something million. He absolutely deserves it.
That doesn't wipe away the good that he did.
The good he did outweighs pretty much the bad that most people have ever done.
You know, you can punish him for the bad, fine, you know, whatever.
Just acknowledge that every great individual of any invention.
Everyone has a fucking flaw.
Not that. I'm saying if you want to be head and shoulders above everybody else, you're a dick.
You have to be.
Michael Jordan, you look at
in some way you're a dick.
You have to be.
Great people are usually pissing someone off. But that's the thing.
Anything.
No. You are focused, right? You are focused on the fucking goal. Like when I went to Glassman's house, he was super fucking friendly, and the only thing he cared about was showing everybody his fucking email to Coca-Cola. He came out, he's like, check this out, and he gives it to me and Paul, and we're like, okay, we don't know what the fuck we're reading. We don't understand. We're idiots. We lift fucking weights.
At that time, yeah.
We lift fucking weights, dog. We're like, what's your friend time, Greg? No, but for real, we're idiots. And he's like, yeah, that should fucking stick it in their craw. And we're like, yeah, it should. We're looking at each other like, we're like, did you understand? No, me neither. Okay. And he has diabetes and fucking all this shit. He wants them out of the schools and then he's like, oh, let me get that paper back. And he went to the next guy. That's what he did that day.
Yeah.
And then he went and got fucking wasted.
Yeah.
Damn, I fucking wish I went and got wasted with him. I missed it. I was going to the bathroom and I heard him say, who wants a shot of vodka? And I was like, don't fucking get drunk in front of fucking Greg Glassman. No. The move would have been get drunk with Greg Glassman and drink that fucking old man under the table.
The move would have been
his ass was in bed by 8:30, by the way.
Yeah.
He was in bed before we left. I should have just rolled. I should have rolled his ass.
You should have.
That would have been awesome. That would have been the greatest fucking story ever.
Yeah.
Oh, it would have been awesome. I'd be hanging out with him right now.
Probably.
100%.
Yeah.
No, that's fucking cool. But anyway.
Yeah. So, an idea that I have in my head is maybe we need to test this theory of the girls being the perfect progression. So, ladies and gentlemen, the viewers,
I'd like to see a finish to the alphabet. That's what I want to ask him. Was this intentional? Was there a goal? Was there a methodology and a thinking to create these? Because there absolutely looks like there is. And was the goal the whole alphabet where you were like, that would be the fucking tits?
No, it's really funny. I was thinking to myself, I should say the tits.
Yeah, because it's the girls.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's it. Yeah, that's good.
man, that's crazy. We unlocked some secrets of the CrossFit world. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this episode of Friday Night at the Bar.
I hope we enlightened you guys on like the fucking genius of Greg Glassman and like the actual methodology.
And
of
on top of
CrossFit.
that, I hope that some of you guys
Helps you out.
Find some encouragement and maybe a new focus in your CrossFit journey, or not necessarily CrossFit journey, but your fitness journey, right? Your health. We hope you took something away from this conversation.
You should always be looking to get healthier than you are today. Within reason. Some people get fucking crazy where they're like, oh, I'm going to do some dumb shit. Like become a vegetarian.
Yeah, don't do that. But yeah, thank you guys. Oh shit, I'm moving the camera.
Okay.
Like, subscribe, comment. Shout out to the 496 people that follow us already. It's pretty insane. Like, 3 weeks ago we had like 87 subscribers.
Thank you, Joy.
Yeah, thanks, Joy.